me to start popping them up and letting you talk?
I think they're numbered, aren't they? If we go from number 1.
Sure.
It's time.
If number 1 is this one.
That's number 1.
Yes.
So there's your contents. That's your contents. Great bit of photography there on the left by Greg.
Had a baby.
These run throughout on our chapter breaks and stuff like that. So Greg's done a fantastic job on those photographs, and that just gives people a little insight as to what the contents of the book's going to be. So I could go through it all, or people could freeze frame and have a look themselves. But there you have it. So
it's beautiful.
That right there. If I saw nothing else, I'd be super excited.
But guess what, Andy?
You're
going to see some more.
Just wait.
You're going to see some
more.
This is when I think I said to you, "Holy crap!"
Yeah. So we done.
What's the other word though?
We can't mention a book about Kenner figures without mentioning Kenner themselves. So we just done a little brief history, little timeline there, just to give you an idea of where they started and where they ended up and where we're at now.
That's beautiful.
That's so good.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Spread.
So good.
Yeah, really.
We're waiting on approval on a couple of images, hence the.
I thought they were just inappropriate, which I was super stoked about.
yeah, purple rockets and stuff like that. So.
I thought you used Andy's camera. That's why they look like that.
Hey, come on.
Oh, too good. All right, here's the next one.
So this was a can of worms that we sort of added to it, which was variation. So this just introduces you to the variations and explains how each of the sections of each figure works, and it sort of expands on things like the country of origins and things like that, and how they can differentiate from one to the other and that sort of thing. So it gives you a sort of outline of how the certain variations work, rather than going too in depth as you go further along in the book.
Yeah, and this is one of the more text-heavy spreads. It's more breaking down the chapter you're about to start reading.
Yeah, that's right. It's giving you an overview of what's.
I'm reading it right now. This is amazing. No, I love it.
We'll wait.
Yeah, hang on. I'm not very fast reader. All right.
So I got a question for you guys. How much are you pulling from other resources, and how much are you doing this on your own here?
We've explored every avenue we can. So there's other resources. We actually send certain spreads over to certain people around the world who are experts in certain areas, so that they can check on it and make sure the information we're putting in there is correct. So that's sort of what we're at the moment. So we've got the content of the book is done. So now we're going through and verifying the information that we put in it. And they come back and say that's not quite right, or that needs to change, and that's where we're at the moment. And that's what we're doing.
That is.
Johnny mentioned that really blasé, like it wasn't a big deal. But the fact
I heard
the
you scream.
The book is done is a huge thing.
Yeah, it's done in terms of the content that we're going to put in it. So we've got all the pages laid out, all the content there, but it's just about fine tuning it and making sure that what we're giving you is the right information. So we don't want to just rush it and get it out because people are sort of like, we want it now. We want to make sure it's right for when you get it.
Yeah. And we don't want to spell Star Wars wrong or anything.
Oh,
so
there it is.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's what happens. That's what.
So this goes into a variation spread, so you can see the Han Solo there. It mentions the heads and paint apps, and the painted legs version, and then we've got the Raider with the hollow tusks and various other things and different vinyl capes. And then obviously the Jawa the same with the vinyl capes and dots on blasters and things like that, and paint apps on the Death Squad commander and etc. So this is one of the add-ons that we did through the Kickstarter. That we did it initially as a sort of an incentive to sort of add more content, but we decided in the end that it needed to be in there, so we added it in there, and we're pleased with it because it gives a different color palette to the book. It changes up the colors and stuff. These figures are a lot more vibrant and stuff in their paint apps. So we're pleased that they're in there.
Totally awesome.
And I was happy because I got to get hold of them and photograph them and have them in my possession. So I wasn't complaining.
It's awesome.
And then
this was lovely.
and obviously the Ewoks as well, but this is just like an introductory to the Ewok section. So it just sort of talks about the card backs and elements of the card backs, and then the sequence of cards that came out. And then it also mentions the second wave that never happened, but it's all there for you to look up.
Excellent. This is awesome.
Yeah, so this is the obviously the large action figures that everyone refers to as 12-inch, but hardly any of them are actually 12-inch.
That's just
yeah. I mean, we all
overstating.
say the 12-inch Jawa or something like that. It was actually like 7 inches or something. But yeah, they're the large size action figures, as Kenner called them. But yeah, there's obviously Boba Fett, who has quite a few accessories, so that just gives you an idea of those sort of spreads.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, all the other action figures, the smaller action figures, are actual size, but we couldn't get them in the actual.
You guys couldn't just make the book bigger?
Well, you're looking at a 15 by 12 inch book.
Nah, it looks beautiful. And then finally,
we're showing you a couple of the posters that are included in the. So there's another 2 posters that we're finalising. But yeah, this obviously covers the card front sequences. So all the figures on all their card backs from Star Wars to Power of the Force, and then obviously image variations. And then we've got the card backs with the predicted card backs, and these will have sticker updates as well should any of those come to fruition.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
What's also really exciting is when we completed the Kickstarter or started the Kickstarter, this book was 400 pages long, and now we're at to like 500 pages. So those who backed this book, being like, oh, there's a lot of content in here, you're getting a lot more than you originally thought you were backing.
That's called value right there. More bang
Thank
for
you,
your
podcast of the Wills. Yeah, so we've added a lot more content. Hence, we've had obviously delays with COVID and stuff like that. But we haven't really, we've tried to sort of work through it and still hit the target of, this Q2 deadline. So until we get nearer to that, we'll have a better idea. But we sort of feel like we're on a rough course of that as we sit at the moment.
I think so.
I absolutely cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun to leaf through that. A full episode where we read the entire book online? How about that?
Page by page, all 500.
Yep. With blur, of course.
You'll get to those text-heavy pages and you'll sigh.
Heck no.
But we'll do it on Josh's camera.
Yeah, on my camera.
Yeah. Look at this blurred spread. There you go. That's up to date.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm speechless. I cannot wait. Honestly.
Well, you've been there from the beginning.
That's got to be the sticker on the front of the book. Made shabby speechless. I love it. That's got to be it.
Yeah, that's a quote.
Speechless, shabby.
It's funny because I've known about this since the beginning, and you get excited. But now we've seen it. There it is in the page. Oh, lads, the work you've done. Honestly, wow.
It's like a pregnancy. You're excited when you first hear the news. Then you get these little updates along the way, and now Greg and Johnny are about to give birth.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I can't wait.
Guys, when I see that book and the pages that are evolving, it really reminds me. I'm not sure if you UK guys know this or have something similar over there, but the Sears catalogs.
Oh yeah. Well, we have got we do a mail order section in there. We were going to show it, but there's still a couple of images that need sorting out. But we have got all the catalogs from Montgomery Ward, Sears. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's about 5 different companies that had them. So we've got all them from 78, I think, to 85. We feature all the spreads from each of those. We found a lady in America who had all the catalogs, so she was scanning all the pages for us.
Wow.
And then she sent them over, so we've included them in the book, and then we pick out all of the figure assortments that you could get in those, and they're all on the spreads, all pulled out of the spreads, so you know exactly what came each year and everything like that.